Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Extravaganza with Lou and Mitch. It is Wednesday, February 11th. And Lou, how are you, sir?
I am fantastic. Our boy came home, Justin Verlander, on a one-year deal, deferred until 2030. 2 million
Deferred.
11 million in 2030. So heck yeah, it's excited for that. Obviously, we needed him with Reese Olson out for the year with his surgery, but boy, it's spring, Mitch. Pitchers and catchers have reported it's spring.
That's what I was going to say. It's a holiday. Pitchers
Darn right,
and catchers reporting today
That's a
or
beautiful
yesterday
thing.
or whatever. It's awesome. It's baseball season.
It is indeed.
And how about those hamate injuries? Did you hear about that?
I just heard briefly about it. I don't get it.
What are they doing?
I don't know. You talk about China dolls, man. It's just, you see it a lot more like in football. You get these nagging injuries. They don't practice anymore.
You should see the shape Jose Alvarado was in today. They had video of him. That I don't know what to call him. He's stupid. You know why? Because he looks like he's 40 pounds overweight. His belly is huge, pitching off the mound. You would have thought after last season, getting suspended, that he would come in the best shape of his life. You should see the size of his gut. It's absolutely insane. If I'm the Phillies management, I say, you know what? You better start doing something quick, and you better lose 20 pounds by opening day. It's ridiculous.
It's funny. I'm going to give you a blast from the past. Who I used to marvel at how good he was, but he looked like, he looked like a big old Pillsbury Doughboy was Rick Russell.
That's exactly right.
And he was a hell of a golfer. He used to win those celebrity pro-ams,
Oh, yeah?
Tired. And, you watch him on the mound and you think, how does this guy, he made Bartolo Colon look like Slim Pickens, man. Boy, could he pitch.
Yeah, well, I guess Alvarado, I don't know. I'm waiting to hear what the reporters say tomorrow about what they have seen of him not throwing the ball, but his jelly belly. I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous to see what he's come to camp looking like. It's insane. Anyway, before we get back to baseball and our special guest, we have, a Super Bowl champion, don't we? How about those Seattle Seahawks? What a game.
I told my wife, I said, if it's a good game, I'll stay up past the third quarter. Because, it was getting to be after 9 o'clock and I still have a few weeks left to work. And I just gotten back from my quick roundabout trip to San Diego. That game was a snoozer. Oh my gosh. And obviously the better defense won.
Yep. And I said all along, I just don't think Drake May, he had a great season, his second year.
Yeah.
I just don't think he can handle the pressure. So I think it was a combination of that. It was too big for him, and the offensive line couldn't protect him. He was off on his passing. He never got into a rhythm. The offense never got into a rhythm, but because of Seattle's defense. I mean, that's what to me it looked like.
And Mitch, isn't it crazy in sports, baseball and football really is momentum and is such a huge thing. If they would have went down and got a field goal in that opening possession, confidence, he would have had more confidence because you could tell that once they stopped him, all the confidence was on the Seattle defensive side. And Sam Darnold was getting pressured all game, especially in the first three quarters. But he made enough plays, and you mentioned it, that offensive line for Seattle, given, in the second quarter especially, they started to wear down the interior a little bit for New England, and Kenneth Walker was able to make hay while the sun shined. And and he got the MVP and deservedly so. It was nice to see a running back get it for a change.
Yeah, Kenneth Walker made a name for himself on this game. I mean, for sure. I mean,
You
I
know,
didn't think
and
about him at all during the season, right?
yeah, I mean he played decently, but he and Charbonnet shared the backfield load, if you will, and with Charbonnet out hurt, you know, who's happy to see that is Mel Tucker, because Kenneth Walker made Mel Tucker a very rich man at Michigan.
Oh, is that right? Yeah.
Until he had a little transgression with somebody on the phone, but we won't go into that. So,
oh my gosh, yeah. So it was interesting. We'll see. Can they repeat? Darnold, he's only 28, so he's in his prime.
Yeah, why not? I mean, their defense is young. They've got Jackson Smith and Jigba as well. They got the weapons. So we'll see. It's wide open, and they got good a shot as anybody in the NFC. I think the league is really wide open.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it really, really is. And it's good to know that this. I was happy for him. I didn't have anything. Well, I didn't. I shouldn't say I have anything in the game. So we did a squares game, numbers game on the squares.
Yeah.
First quarter, a young lady was with us, one of our group's daughters. She won the first 20. And then I believe my daughter won the second quarter. And then somebody else won my wife won one of them. And then at the end of the game, so I was ready to go pick up my $40 at the end of the game, right before they scored a touchdown. And I'm like, oh no, just sit down. Don't go anywhere. Just sit. Run out the clock.
Oh yeah.
Penalty flag. Oh, no. You should have seen me jumping up and down, baby. I was like, yes, put him back. You don't need to score anymore. And then with that last 8 seconds, I went over it at the table, picked up my 220s, and said, I win.
Sayonara. All those prop bets I made, I didn't win any of them.
Really? I got to tell you.
Nobody hit the goalpost.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody else beside the quarterbacks threw a pass. I needed both of them to throw an interception. But it's funny, Mitch, I didn't think – and I also got some money on – I did some squares as well. And so I went to bed at 9 o'clock, woke up, and I'm at my job, and I'm at my first stop. And all of a sudden, my phone is doing this cash ringing signal. And it was my Venmo account. And the guy that was running the boards sent me my money by Venmo. So I ended up with all the bets and everything that I made $14.
There you go. There you go.
I'm going to buy a pizza for us this weekend.
So the best part of the whole thing. So another one of our friends who is in our group, he's a bettor. And he had 40 yards for Drake May.
Oof.
And he had to leave at just in the third quarter, right? So we're looking up. We had, I think at one point I think it was 30 or 32. And then he had that run, and he had 37.
Oh,
Stoney's he might win. He might win this. He might win. He didn't get another yard. So last night he bailed. He's in charge of ROTC at the local school. And he couldn't come to our trivia night. But I was going to make a sign that said, you missed it by 3 yards. 3 little yards, Stoney.
Wow. That's crazy.
We were dying. We were just laughing so hard because I wish he was there to go, why couldn't? Because he's very loud. Can be somewhat obnoxious sometimes. Why? Well, don't stop. Just run again.
So you want to hear something crazy, Mitch? Next year, if there is no lockout, the Super Bowl will be after pitchers and catchers report. Super Bowl is on Valentine's Day next year.
Wow.
How crazy is that?
That's nuts.
I know. And it's out of control is what it is. I mean,
why?
because Labor Day is later.
That's what I say. Yeah.
And they've
The
got 8
calendar.
weeks, and then you got the playoffs and 2 weeks after the playoffs for the Super Bowl. Yeah, it's pitchers and catchers. So
Make it 1 week
I mean,
after the
they,
playoffs.
either that or they got to start it earlier. It's
And then you're cutting down training camp, and
you've got all these, you've got all these international games now where, the Rams in San Francisco are playing in Australia.
Yeah.
And
talk about a time change.
Oh my God, yeah. And
they need to go 2 weeks ahead of time.
Well, that's what. Real quick before we try to bring Sam on, I was listening to the radio and we were talking about that game, and Patrick McEnroe used to say that when they went to play in the Australian Open, it took a week to get acclimated back to the time that you're at, and so they're going to need that by. So these international games, I mean, it's all about the dollars.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, let's see if we can get.
All right, let's see. Before we bring him on, I want to let people know who he is.
Yeah.
So Sam and I met 6-7 years ago at a card show. I was intrigued by the Negro Leagues itself. I think prior to that, I had Bob Kendrick on my show, and I asked him, why don't I know about this stuff? Why is it not talked about in history classes and that kind of thing? Because if I, it was baseball, I would have learned and been interested. So Sam played for 3 years in the Negro Leagues, Kansas City Monarchs in 1957, the Raleigh Tigers in 58, and the Memphis Red Sox in 59. In 2003, he was elected to the African American Hall of Fame. He was also elected to the Hampton Roads Hall of Fame. He was a White House honoree. In 2019, he was an inductee of the Tidewater Baseball Shrine in Norfolk, where he lives. And in 2021, the Virginia House of Delegates made a resolution acknowledging Sam's accomplishments in what he's done. I believe it was probably for the Negro Leagues and perhaps what he does in the community to keep the Negro Leagues in the front of our minds. It is Black History Month. I do this every year. I get someone on. One of the players, we just lost somebody, Ron Teasley, from the Negro Leagues. He died last week at 99. So Sam is one of just a few, and we hope he's along for the ride for a lot longer. Because I will tell him he's waiting. Sam, I saw you throw a ball at some point, and you refused to throw a ball with me at one point. I know you have an arm; you can throw it with me if I see you again. How you doing, Sam?
How you doing, Mitch?
Doing good, Sam.
Mitch.
Thank you for coming on.
Look, Mitch.
Yeah.
1955, I played about 15 games with the Memphis Red Sox, not a full season, but I played 755 with the Memphis Red Sox.
Okay.
So I played 4 years.
4 years. All right. Wikipedia and all the information was wrong. Sorry about that, buddy.
No problem.
So it's good to have you on, and we just lost him. Oh, I hope his grandson's there. We just lost him. Got some nice questions for Sam. He's got some really interesting stories. I hope we can get him back on. Oh, these computers, sometimes it just doesn't work right. Maybe let me see. I'm going to talk to, and maybe we have to do this by phone.
That's fine.
So technical difficulties.
He's trying to come back on. So
yep. Let me text on his grandson. We might not be able to see him, but we could definitely talk to him for sure.
Yeah,
the internet is not working in Sam's apartment too well. Sam, I'm going to see if we can do if we can get on the phone and talk while you're there. Will that work, Lou?
That's fine.
Okay. That way we can see him. I'm going to say, well, let me just get my number. All right, so I just gave my number. I just read some stuff about him, about what he obviously we know what the Negro Leagues players went through, but there's a couple of funny stories that he tells about the things that in terms of where he could eat, because they were not allowed to be with the regular crew. Let's bring him on again, Lou, and see if we can get Don to give me a call. Sam, you there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. I think I'm going to have Don give me a call. You can stay on, but I think it'd be good that at least I can hear you when people can hear you talking.
Okay. Let me see. Did you want to call on my house phone? How are you gonna do that?
All right, so we're going to work that out. We can get Sam on just talking to him. Here we go. Are you there? Yeah. All right. Can you hear me? I can hear you. Lou, can you hear Sam?
Okay. Yeah, we can hear him. Good.
All right, great. All right, Sam, we got you. So, okay. Good to talk to you as usual. We Black History Month, on honoring what you and your fellow players really had to go through, and made what I appreciate as some, as Bob Kendrick says, and you say, American history. You started and played 4 years. I wanted to find out. I was doing some history and looking up what was your owner, Ted Raspberry and Dizzy Dismukes like?
Dizzy, oh man, look, Dizzy, he was a father figure. Raspberry he spent a lot of money with Negro League baseball in the later years. We played and we didn't draw because the crowds had dwindled down to almost zero. And we weren't making a lot of money, but every payday, he never missed a payday.
So he took care of his players.
He was a heck of a guy because Disney was with the Monarchs, I think, for about 40 years.
Oh, really?
With the Monarchs.
Wow. And what was it like what would you say it was like for him managing? How much experience did he have? Or Raspberry?
Disney played with the Indianapolis ABCs. He played. I think he worked in the Monarchs front office. He was the general manager. He took over the field manager when Buck O'Neill went with the Chicago Cubs.
Okay.
But Disney, he used to remember when Bert Shotton managed the Dodgers. He had on a suit and that's what he did. And Jim Robinson was would operate on the field. But Disney was staying in the dugout. He wore a suit and that big beaver hat every day. Different suit every day.
Different suit every day. So it was a lot different. You look back at the reels, maybe not so much. We don't have a lot of video on a lot of the Negro Leagues games, but you look back at the reels from the 50s when you played, right? In the major leagues, you see all the fans coming in their hats and the women in their dresses and the men in their ties. It was different back then.
Oh yeah, it come from church right to the games.
Gotcha. Right. I think I remember that. Yeah.
It was a fashion show.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I've read for sure. So question, you've been around a lot. You're in Norfolk a lot, but you do some shows. What's a question that you get asked, or what are a couple of questions that people ask you a lot? What are some of the most popular questions that they want to know, or things they want to know?
Well, they want to know how was it, playing then? How was it, riding that bus? And what happened when you played? The scheduling wasn't that close. If you played in one city tonight, the next night, tomorrow night, you'd be maybe 400 or 500 miles away. For baseball now, they're more streamlined. International League, they play now. They in one city for a week and they have Monday off.
Right.
Yeah.
And so,
I probably could hit about 400 if I played like that.
Well, I see that you in the 139 at bats, you had 41 hits in 1957, batted 295. Yeah, you were a hitter. You could hit the ball, right? I remember.
Yeah, if I could sleep in the bed every night, I got tired one time on that bus and I went in a slump. Yeah.
If you could get
no air conditioning, it wasn't easy.
No, I know, and people need to know and think about what it was like. As we all know, it was not easy. But because you loved playing the game, you did whatever you could to play.
You know what? The main thing, talk about racism and eating in different places and stuff, but the main thing in baseball is putting the bat on the ball.
Right.
If you can't put that bat on the ball, you're going home. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff. Yeah, but that was the main thing. Trying to hit the ball.
Yeah, you gotta show people that you can hit and you could run. I mean, that was also a plus for you for sure.
Oh yeah, you had to be able to play. See, and people when they paid their money, they didn't have a problem with you staying up all night or how far you had to travel. They wanted to get their money's worth.
Yeah.
So you had to perform at a high level.
And you did that for the time that you were playing. You had the experience of meeting Jackie Robinson, I read, in 1947 at age 11.
Right.
Tell us what that meant to you.
That was a dream. When I met Jackie Robinson, I knew I had a buddy that lived in the neighborhood. We went to the ballpark, and when we met Jackie Robinson, he told me, and I told him, I said, I want to be a baseball player. And my grandfather, I had the luxury of living maybe about three blocks from the ballpark. So I went to the ballpark every night. And when the team was on the road, we listened to the games on the radio.
So you were able to keep up with him. Who were you able to listen to? I'm curious, what was the stretch of the ability to listen to these games? How many could you listen to?
Let me tell you, during those games, we had an announcer named Mark Scott. And he would bring the Yankee games, but what they would do, he would read off the Western Union teletype, and you would think that he was in the ballpark.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. So but that kept you engaged, right? Like all of us.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And plus, in 1952, Mays was a rookie of the year. 1951, he was drafted in the Army in 52, and in 53, he played at Fort Houston. And I got a chance to play with him on the weekend.
and how
that was a great experience.
What was it like? I mean, did you when you played with him? Tell me a little bit about that. Where was he playing in the outfield like you? And
yeah, he was in center field. I'm in left field.
Okay.
And I just started out, and I had a 3-finger glove. We played in Lynchburg one Sunday afternoon, and then we went to Winston-Salem that Sunday night. I was half asleep, and the guy hit a ball in the left field, and I went over. The ball hit the glove. The glove went in one place, and the ball went the other. And Mays looked at the glove and threw it down and said, "Well, you got to buy you a glove."
Oh, my
gosh. When I
gosh.
got back to I bought me a Wilson, one of those 5-finger gloves.
So that was a fun interaction. Did you know at the time, Sam, how amazing Willie was?
Yeah, well, I had heard about, he was a regular guy, and we had a fellow named Joe Anthony that played, he was a catcher. He played in the Negro American Association, but he could tell jokes. See, you had some players that was on the team, they didn't play that well, but they could tell jokes all night for 2 days. And they wouldn't tell the same joke.
Oh my gosh. They could have made a living on TV when TV,
oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So let's get back to the traveling again. I read something that was really kind of interesting that you mentioned at one point. So you're on the buses and you can't go into the regular and eat with the white folks in restaurants. So where did you eat?
Well, what we did, and this is why I like the Dairy Queen. Dairy Queen served everybody through the window. You had to get yours through the window, and I had to get mine through the window.
Okay.
Now sometimes we would go eat potted ham, Vienna sausage, but maybe if I go 0 for 4 today and go 0 for 4 tomorrow, I'm going in the kitchen and get me a meal.
Because I read that you mentioned it was better to okay, you weren't treated properly, but you were fed in the kitchen, which is pretty good because
I could wink at the cook in the kitchen, and she would when I finish my plate, she fill it up again, maybe 2 or 3 plates. The owner knew that he would kill both of us.
Did you just say you winked at the cook?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. And this is a cook.
And when I went to town, my girlfriends I had when I played the years, I had 3 girlfriends. They worked at the restaurant.
Jeez. Well, listen, you had to do what you had to do, right? You wanted to eat, you figured it out.
That's right.
Absolutely. I thought that was a very interesting piece I just read. I mean, that was really pretty interesting. What would you say your biggest accomplishment as a player and then as a representative now of the Negro Leagues is?
Well, my biggest accomplishment was when I played with the Memphis Red Sox, because what happened in 1957, I was with Kansas City Monarchs, and in 58, they sent me to Raleigh. But what happened, the fellow that took my job had played in the majors in 47. Willard Brown came back to the Negro League. So they sent me to the Raleigh Tigers. And in 59, I played against the Monarchs in Yankee Stadium. And I hit one out by the monument, the old Yankee Stadium. And we beat the Monarchs 1-0.
Wow.
So that was a great.
That's pretty cool. It's Sam. It's amazing. Athletes really can remember a lot. The athletes have really good memories. I mean, look at you. You're 89 years old, and these are still fresh in your mind, aren't they?
Oh yeah. Very fresh.
When you do your shows again, what are you telling people about the Negro Leagues? Are they asking how much are they asking about, like we just discussed, did you have a hard time? Was it hard this week? Where did you sleep? And since you couldn't go in regular hotels, what did you do? Do you like?
But see, during that time, they had what you call the chitlin circuit. Not only did we would be in the hotels we had, you had 10 rooms to the floor, 2 bathrooms. You had to stand in line to use the shower. The hotel had a television in the lobby, and in the rooms you had radio. And I remember one hotel we were in Birmingham, standing in line waiting to use the bathroom and take a shower. And I looked there behind me was Nat King Cole. He waiting too.
Oh my gosh.
So, during that time, we all had to endure.
Yeah, exactly. Very, very interesting. What was the worst place that you played? Field wise, city wise, and then what was the best?
Midland, Pennsylvania was the worst. Place. We got thrown out of a restaurant. Big guy looked like he was one of the tacos with the Pittsburgh Steelers. He told us, "Say, get out of the restaurant." They had a sign up, "No Indian or colored patrons wanted." He said, "Get out. I don't care what you say. I don't want your money." I said, "Well, if you don't want the money, I don't want to spend my money with you. Bye." Yeah.
And what was the best place and nicest place that you've played?
Iowa. We went to Clinton, Iowa. They had they gave us the key to the town. They had a parade.
Wow.
And we marched down the street, and they had a picnic. They treated us royally.
And did you know that was coming? That parade and the way they honored you.
Oh yeah.
So that had to make you feel really good then, right? I mean,
oh yeah.
Who else did that? That's pretty cool. Lou, did you have any questions? I see you came in. Okay.
I'm listening. This is great.
Okay. So Sam, I saw the video with you and Cece and Curtis. I actually tried to get Curtis to come on with us, but he was couldn't set it up. And two Edwin Jackson and Tamar Robinson.
Okay, well, you saw the
players
down in Nassau.
Yeah, yes, a beautiful location. The Players Alliance. The Players Alliance.
Sheffield, yes.
Yes, absolutely, yeah. So, can you tell us a little bit about what the Players Alliance is and what their mission is and what they're doing?
Well, that's the and the organization of all the ex-players, black players that played in the majors. And what they do, their mission is they help support HBCU colleges, and down in Nassau they run baseball clinics to try to get minorities back into baseball.
And listen, I saw the board of directors, and they're all baseball people, and the trustees and all that, which is great. And you do that. They do that in the States, right? They've come to different cities.
Oh yeah, they do it in most of the cities. I know they're having a game out in Jackson, Mississippi. Supposed to have a baseball game. I think it's sometime.
And there's that,
month.
And that's recruit. And I'm guessing they contact somebody.
And what they do, they like bats, balls for little league teams.
Yeah, I did see that, which is great. It's an unbelievable cause. I'm just wondering, I read that, I watched the video and the discussion, which was awesome. And I saw some videos on there, and I'm thinking, Wilmington, North Carolina I'm sure it would be a successful venture to come to Wilmington, North Carolina, to provide the kids who need some extracurricular activity, i.e. baseball, to get involved with. So I'm going to contact them to see what their thoughts are on that.
Right. Oh yeah, because I'm teaming up with a gentleman. We trying to start going to get the T-ball league started in Norfolk.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah. I mean,
and what I'll do once you get started, then you call Players Alliance, and they'll give you gloves, balls, and they'll come in and do a clinic.
And that would be awesome. I mean, there's people that I can call for sure to try and get that set up, and I'm here, and then I can actually contact them to find out what the mechanics would be about getting them down here, right? So how many card shows you doing around there, Sam? How many card shows you doing a year?
I cut back now. I think I do about maybe 10.
That's a
but
good.
I tell you, I've met out there. He's still doing card shows. He does about 200 a year.
It's crazy.
Denny McClain.
Oh, Denny's amazing. Yeah, Denny is just terrific.
He comes to Norfolk. He comes to Norfolk twice a year.
Yeah, that's a great thing. So
and
what
he
if?
does, I mean, I've cut back on the card show because they were supposed to have the card show in Chantilly. They cut that one back. I think I know they had the Philly show. Oh, and the All-Star game is gonna be in Philadelphia this year.
Sam, are you going to be there?
Oh yeah, I make all that All-Star games.
All right, Sam.
The last 7 is Major League Baseball. That's one thing. They All-Star Week. I'll be signing autographs and they have the big baseball. We take a picture in front of the baseball, and they bless me real good.
All right, so I know that I am coming up to Philly that weekend, so I'm going to stay in touch with you and Don. I can't get tickets to the All-Star game, right? There's no way.
Yeah, but I'll be in Philly for a week.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah, but
dang! All right.
I got a list. I think I don't know if I can get all those tickets. Look, I got 10 people want tickets. Look,
Put me on the darn list, Ham. Put me on the list. I'm gonna talk to Don. Get me on that list. So here's another question that just came up when you mentioned Denny McClain. When you talk to the players who came after you, mostly the white players, the players who are not of color, how interested and how intrigued and how fun is it to talk to them?
They treat me raw. They baseball players. If you're a baseball player, especially if you play in the Negro League, they know my struggle and they know what I've been through, and they reach out to me, all of them.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, they obviously are part of the game. Now that the Negro Leagues has been acknowledged as Major League Baseball statistics, that's great. And guys who played, right, which is terrific. And I'm pretty sure that you've had some interesting conversations with a lot of these guys about, and they're interested in what you went through, right?
Oh yeah.
And anybody surprised when you would talk? Anybody come to mind that said, "Oh my gosh, really?"
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you, Sam.
Okay.
Well, any players?
Oh, yeah, when I was in the Nassau, I was talking with one of the players, and he was talking about he had a $3,500 suit, and I was thinking. I said, I remember Bill White was talking about when he went with the Giants with Monty Irvin was his roommate. He bought a suit from Pennis, J.C. Pennis, and Monty made him carry the suit back. But I'm saying this fella, he playing double-A ball with a $3,500 suit.
That's crazy, right? Crazy. $3,500 suit. $3,500 suit. I'm trying to think of something else that I just left my head. I just had a question, and so just list off some as many players as you can that you played with that we would hear about, that we would know.
I couldn't hear you.
List some players that you've played with in the Negro Leagues.
Oh, that I played with?
Yep.
Willie Smith, that played with the Cubs in Detroit. I played against him. Billy Williams with the Cubs, his brother was my roommate, and I played with
What about Satchel?
quite a few guys from Birmingham. Now, Birmingham, a lot of ball players came out of Birmingham.
Mm-hmm. You ever play against or Satchel?
Yeah, oh yeah. But see, I was supposed to go to Canada with Satchel in 1960. I got drafted in the Army. I was
Right.
82nd Airborne.
So that, again, unfortunately, but thank you for serving, obviously, right? It's kind of.
Oh yeah, that worked out fine because
yeah,
I get a pension from that.
that's great. Yeah, and then you unfortunately were unable to continue baseball after that, which was too bad.
Yeah, well, it is what it is.
Yeah, it is. That's true. That's true. I mean, you and Sam, I just think your attitude through all this has, it's just so positive.
Oh yeah, well, you got to live a long life. You got to have a positive attitude.
Yeah, you and Maybelle Blair of the women's leagues. I mean, it's amazing how spry you guys are, how happy you seem, and how much we all love. You love baseball, which is it keeps us going. It keeps you going.
Oh yeah, that's right. I love that game, baseball.
It's just phenomenal.
It loves me.
It did, right? And it's
I've been good to baseball, and baseball has been good to me.
That is the best. That is absolutely the best.
Yep.
Well, Sam, Lou, you have any questions for Sam about what his was like playing with the Negro Leagues?
No, I'm good. Everything it's very. I've learned a lot. It's very, 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 very much fun listening.
Yeah, it's you get some books and read about it, and it makes you appreciate what Sam and everybody else did, because they didn't, no luxuries,
right?
Bus rides, bad, not great hotels, segregation, but like Bob Kendrick always says, they just wanted to play baseball, and that's the key. That was the key that kept them going, right, Sam?
That's right.
All right, Sam.
Like I said, if you didn't put the bat on the ball, you didn't have a problem.
I think that's gonna be my saying for this show now. Keep your head down. Lou says keep your head down. He does a hockey saying, but I'll say keep your head down and keep your eye on the ball.
There you go.
Keep your eye on the ball.
That's exactly right.
The key.
That is the key. All right, Sam, I'm going to keep my eye on you. We'll be in touch during All-Star Week. I'll be up there. I'll contact your grandson. And thank you, Don, for helping us with this.
Yeah,
appreciate it, buddy.
Okay, here he is. No problem.
Hey, Don, thank you, buddy. And we'll be in touch.
Gotcha. Appreciate you, Mr. Mitch, as always.
Thank you, Don. You too, buddy. Thank you, Sam.
All right.
Take care.
You too.
Thanks.
That was good.
Yeah.
Just
There's
love listening to those stories.
there's so many. I mean, it's just it's unbelievable. And like people have heard me say before, and you've heard me say, why didn't I learn about this in school in history? And Bob Kendrick said it wasn't important. They're not in the history books.
It every time, when you've had Bob on, when we had him on, and with Sam, it harkens me back to when my grandfather used to tell me stories of how he went and watched them play in the 30s. And it's amazing that they're not. It took this long for their records and their stats and everything to be a part of baseball. It's just something I can't even fathom.
Yeah, it's really weird, uniquely weird, and we just cannot imagine going through that. I mean, and I think it's so strong of will to get through those situations. But you know what? They were stronger than we are because they got through it.
Yeah,
5-day bus rides, or no sleep, sleeping on buses.
Yeah.
Having to eat in the kitchen, being denied restaurant, that kind of stuff.
Amazing.
It is. It really is. It's just phenomenal. And I'm gonna keep bugging him now.
There you go. There you go.
Not bugging him. I'm gonna
Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea.
Even if I can't get to the game, obviously I want to find out where he's going to be
Yeah.
when you get up there.
Sure.
Yeah. So good. So next week we are off,
Yes.
and I emailed Vince today just to confirm. Coming on the 25th, Vince Papali will be coming on, former Philadelphia Eagles player. Movie Invincible was about Vince and how he got to be a member of the Philadelphia Eagles for
Excellent.
3 years. So that's looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I've got a couple also lined up. Former player. Well, I want to let's see. I believe it's Al Clark, former umpire. I reached out to him. We're going to try and get him on. And then I found out last week from a guy I was doing background work for on this TV show, RJ Decker.
Okay.
So we're talking about stuff, and he tells me that his I think it's his uncle, or cousin, Ron Musselman, former pitcher, lives in town. So I just contacted him today, and I'll get him to come on sometime in March.
So I got a baseball question for you.
Yeah.
So it was announced last week that the Tigers and the Red Wings they're leaving FanDuel. The regional broadcasting industry is in the toilet right now, and they're going through MLB.
Yeah.
It's going to be, for folks, it's going to get expensive to watch baseball on TV. You're going to have to get the subscriptions, the ESPN Unlimited, this and that. And you want to know, Mitch, the crazy thing is, like with ESPN Plus right now,
yeah,
you could live in Petoskey, which is 4 hours from Detroit.
Right.
You're still blacked out.
Yeah. Well, I'm blacked out from
baseball right now.
I'm blacked out on MLB from watching the Nationals in DC.
And they wonder why they're losing popularity.
And what about marketing, Lou? Why? Somebody brought this up on Twitter. If Major League Baseball was smart, they would have had a Super Bowl ad.
Yeah. Right.
Promoting something. Hey,
right.
The All-Star games. Don't forget the All-Star game or Major League Baseball opening day, blah, blah, blah. Nothing.
No, I don't get it. I mean,
and it's going to start, all that TV money is basically gone.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, I have MLB, and from what I read, and this is the truth, people are putting stuff out there that's not true. If you already have the MLB app and you can MLB TV, you're not paying anything more. You don't have to get ESPN Plus. If you don't have it, I think that's where the problem comes in, where you're going to have to get ESPN Plus for $30 a month.
Yeah,
which is nuts.
Yeah, that's insane. And I've got ESPN Plus, but I'm not paying that much yet. But it's going to go up once baseball starts. And again, if that means I'm going to be blacked out for the Tigers, then I'm not going to get it. I mean, why do it? You're right. They say, and if you've got the same cable packages, but I got to tell you, the quality of FanDuel, have you watched it lately?
No.
It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. And
no, I don't.
The Red Wings are decent. Those broadcasts are okay.
Okay.
But the Pistons games that I watched, and even baseball last summer, was bad. And I'm talking not the announcers. I'm talking the actual quality of the broadcast, the camera angles. They've gone, I hate to use this saying, but they've gone on the cheap. And it hurts me because I've got a young man that I'm doing some hockey when we go to St. Louis for the Nationals in March. He works for FanDuel down in Florida, and he tells me the same thing. He said he had better stuff working with when he was a student at Central Michigan.
That's just terrible. That's just terrible.
It's mind-boggling to me that a major league franchise or anything covering a major league game now,
Professional sport, yeah,
is the billions of dollars that are poured into that.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm flabbergasted by it, and it pains me. And again, something tells me that's why Detroit might be they're going all in for this year because they know the writing's on the wall.
That maybe that is that could be true. You know, it's going to be that's going to be interesting to see how that all plays into it too. Is that part of the collective bargaining agreement? I don't know, but it's really going to be interesting. I will tell you, I am continuing to work on my spreadsheet for Major League Baseball teams and what their giveaways are, and I'm going to tell you right here now, the Phillies are absolutely the worst.
That's something.
Talk about painting me. There is absolutely no creativity in that marketing department, and it's been the same year after year. I'm telling you, 20 years. How come you can't get like every other team? Now the Tigers, interestingly enough, I don't think they've put theirs out yet. I think they're one of the teams that haven't done it yet.
Okay.
But how about a soccer jersey? A Tigers soccer jersey, a Tigers hockey jersey. Most teams are doing those types of things. Scarves, bags.
Yeah.
I mean, hoodies. Now, the Phillies, I think I told you this before, most teams don't give every giveaway to every fan.
Right.
Okay. The Phillies give about a third of their giveaways to kids.
Okay.
A couple of bobbleheads. You know how many bobbleheads in there? This is an anomaly. The Dodgers have 27 giveaways or 30 giveaways. They have 27 or 4 bobbleheads they're giving away. You know how much? I figured out the cost. And they give it to the first 40,000 people, right?
Yeah.
If it costs them $5 a bobble, the 40,000 for as many as they're giving away, it's $4.8 million they're spending on bobbleheads. If it's $5, if it's $250, they're spending just on the bobbleheads $2.5 million.
Yeah, that's a drop in the bucket for them.
Yeah, for them, but then again, they can afford to do that.
Right. No, I get it, and it's just
you're talking about
marketing. I just. I don't know. I mean, they've got to do something to get the younger crowd interested.
Yeah, they do.
Now, the playoffs are great. The casual fans will watch it, and we were blessed by having an unbelievable World Series.
Yeah.
It's going to take a lot to top that next year. And as much as I hate to say it, you got it. Well, I mean, I am such an opponent. I always want the smaller markets to get in.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to need somebody like the Dodgers or the Phillies that are big markets, at least somebody like that, because people will root against them. Like if it's the Tigers or a Royals or whoever, the Reds or whoever, the Brewers. But golly, it's going to be like Dead Man Walking. I have a feeling coming August because that's looming in the background. And I don't know.
Yeah, it's going to be. Sports world, like we say, there's never a dull moment. Every day it's something different.
Oh, I know. It certainly is. Yeah.
It's going to be a long, interesting season to see how things pan out for different teams. A lot of Phillies fans are not happy. I'm getting to that point where I'm annoyed with, like I said, Dombrowski not going to get some of these guys who have been decent pitchers. You need depth, like you just got Verlander.
Yeah,
go get him. Pay him $1 million or $2 million. If you get them, if they make it, you give them. Figure it out. But you need depth. They're gonna screw themselves if one of these pitchers gets hurt.
That's what the Dodgers did. They got like 9 starters.
Yeah, I know.
And
and for them, they're smart.
Detroit went out and did that. Job's going to be back. They'll have they've got the rotation. Getting Jansen for the bullpen. I mean, yeah, and the thing is here in Detroit, my social media that I see on there, first they're pissed because Scott Harris and Illich wouldn't spend the money to get somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're bitching because maybe they should have got a hitter instead. I'm sorry. Pitching wins championships. And, you got to have the depth because you and I have talked about it. These pitchers don't go more than 6 innings anymore.
Right.
So you got to have it.
You have to.
You got to have it, and
yeah, it's, put 7 starting pitchers on your staff and, take the bullpen away,
Right.
Go on a 6-man rotation with a 7th, change. It's going to change. Baseball's changing.
Yeah.
It might start coming down to that and increasing the rosters to 27 or 28.
I think that's a great point, and I think you might see that when it comes to when they're negotiating next year.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to say, okay, you can make us have a salary cap, but we want a 30-man roster or whatever, and I don't know. There's going to be so many variables to that, but I agree. It's an ever-changing game, and I still can't get into the WAR and all that other stuff, the analytics stuff. I mean, I know it's there, and
right.
I'm trying to, Mitch. I'm trying to, but I just can't.
Well, I guess like Jason Stark said to me, he said, when other reporters look at the Hall of Fame, look at WAR first, and if that's the one thing they look at, fine. Again, when we get the exit velocity and the launch angles, and that's all well and good. Who cares about that? Great. Contact percentage. I care about making contact and playing good defense and getting good pitchers who can pitch throw strikes. That's basically it.
Yeah, and
that's the game.
Yeah, it is. Just pitch the ball, catch the ball, hit the ball.
Yeah. I've heard that before. No lollygaggers.
Yeah, I know. And just play smart. But
yes.
I guess I don't know. Must be above my pay grade.
Oh, I think it is. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So you're going away next week?
I am. We're going Friday night. We're going to Arizona. Our son lives there.
Lou is going to Arizona, folks. He's going to warm country, getting out of that Michigan stuff.
Well, here's my itinerary.
Yeah.
So Friday night, we're flying out, coming back Tuesday. And then the following next week from Friday, I'm going to Hammond, Indiana to broadcast 8 ACHA Central Division II regional games. Because they do a regional, it's like a regional qualifier for that one division. It's sudden death. It's win or go home.
I got you.
I'm doing that Friday and Saturday, coming home Sunday. And then Monday morning, I'm hopping on a plane.
To go to St. Louis, right?
No, that's in March.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Monday the 23rd, I'm flying to Lynchburg, Virginia to do, last year I did this. We're having, for the ACHA, we have a reveal show that Liberty University puts on.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to do that live on Tuesday night at 9:00. Then Wednesday I get up, fly back. I'll be back in Grand Rapids, Lansing by 12:30. And I wouldn't have it any other way.
I know you love that stuff.
And it's, the facilities that they have at Liberty for,
you told me were amazing.
Oh my God. It's, it really is. They do such a magnificent job there. And I'm humbled and blessed. They emailed me this morning and asked if I could come back. And I'm like, oh, you don't have to ask me twice. I asked the boss and she said, go ahead. So I'm like, all right,
good. You're in.
It's, and then, so I'm off for 10 days. Then I'll work for 7 working days and I'm off for 2 weeks and then work for 2 weeks. And then the coach,
and then Lou will not know what to do with himself.
Oh, it's going to be fun. I think we're going to do some shows. We're going to go 3 days a week on the Extravaganza in the morning.
Oh, okay.
Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Because it's going to start right around when the NHL playoffs start.
Yeah.
And
Cool beans.
yeah. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing
Yeah,
today.
that's good. All right, good. You got a plan. I got a plan. Visit my daughter and my granddaughter we leave a week from tomorrow. Then we come back on Monday the 23rd, and then I got nothing. I got nothing.
You know, what's funny is I'll be in your neck of the woods. Well, kind of. I'll be in Charlotte because I fly to Charlotte, and then when I went to San Diego last weekend, I flew on the way there from Grand Rapids to Dallas to San Diego. On the way back, I went San Diego to Charlotte to Grand Rapids. And then in 10 days or whatever, I'm going to do that, go to Charlotte to Lynchburg. And I did that last year. And that's a nice airport, Charlotte is.
Charlotte's nice. What the airlines you're flying?
We're going American with this.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
Friday, we're taking Delta.
Yeah, okay.
We're going nonstop on Friday. So we're going to leave like
Good.
8:30 at night. So when we get to Detroit, we'll get all set and go grab some dinner. And then, yeah. And the weather's supposed to be gorgeous, 75, 80 each day.
Nice.
Boy, that's going to be tough to handle, Mitch.
That, right? And go through your discount code for people just in case they didn't know.
Yes. Let's see if I can bring it up on the screen right here. Right here. It's right on the bottom. You can see it scroll on the bottom.
Geek people, go. I'm going to do this. Hopefully it works.
It should.
Okay.
There's a game you want to go to, once the NHL comes back from the Olympics. Speaking of Charlotte, did you see that our Pistons went down and had a little fisticuffs?
Oh, there was a lot of fighting.
They ended up, a couple of players from Charlotte got 4 games. Detroit's Isaiah Stewart got 7. And it was crazy. But if there's a game you want to go to, spring training, they're on SeatGeek. Use the promo code Captain Lou. It's that simple. And you'll get $20 off your purchase.
Yep. We're going to be going to a game July 2nd.
All right.
I'm going to get on there. Hopefully use your code. It works. Taking my granddaughter. It's a 12:30 in the afternoon game.
Nice.
It's a kids run the bases.
Oh, those are cool, eh?
Oh, so I can't wait to take her around the bases.
My son did that at Comerica when I took him there, and he had an absolute riot with it.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah. So.
All right, Lou.
Hey.
Safe travels.
All right. You too. And we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Folks. We'll be back. I'm scheduled Vince Papali. I will continue to email him just to confirm because he said the 25th is good.
Good deal.
Hopefully he gets my email and he will confirm because that's who we want coming on. So stay tuned.
And thanks to Sam Allen for coming on. That was very, very enlightening.
Yep. Very good.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for taking time out to watch us, however you watched us on your computers, your laptops, TVs, however you did it on the Captain Lou Sports Network. For my tag team partner, Mitch Bernstein, yours truly, Captain Lou, saying keep your heads up, keep your sticks down, keep your feet moving, keep your eye on the ball.
No, you got me. I was going to, you took it from me.
And keep your minds open. We'll see you soon. Thanks, everybody.
See you, everybody. 2 weeks.